Morning, actually. It's about 9:59. I'm just taking a ride through Los Angeles right now. Yeah, just chilling. I'm headed to Fox Studios, actually. So I'm wondering if I should get off of get off of 6th Street here at Vermont. No, 6th Street is good for going west, for heading westward. How's everybody doing today? Actually, you know what? I think I'll take Wilshire. Perfect. You know, I was thinking, hopefully this program doesn't jam up on me. It looks like I'm frozen here. I think I am frozen. Not quite sure if you guys can see me, but what I can see definitely appears to be frozen. Let's flip that around. Okay. Now I want to see this video to see if I was actually frozen there, because it seemed like I was frozen. But yeah, now I'm just taking a ride through LA on a rainy day, trying to get my bearings together. I'm headed to Fox Studios, as I told you guys earlier. I don't know if I was really frozen up back then. So I'm just enjoying the weather. It's rainy today in Los Angeles. It's rainy in Southern California. Now, I've been thinking, right? There's a lot of disappointing character behavior that I'm noticing in a lot of people and people in general. And I'm wondering if this is a social dynamic that is going to pass, or if it's here to stay. And that is very concerning to me. And that is douchebaggery. There's a lot of douchebaggery. There's not much of a sense of love and cooperation among people, and mutual respect. Basically, it's mutual respect. This is sad, because I think people are forgetting who we are and what we are and why we're here and why God has given us each other, right? A lot of times people establish relationships in which it would benefit them greatly to simply cooperate in those relationships, to simply be a loving person, and to respect and honor the person that they're sharing that relationship with, and then receive the benefits. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people have a secretive, competitive drive inside of them that says, well, you know, I can one-up you. I can do better than you. Instead of admiring someone for having the qualities that they would like to have inside of themselves, when they admire them, they actually have a sense of envy inside. And that envy causes them to be competitive. It causes them to want to compete against that person, and want to one-up that person, instead of actually saying, hey, you know what? I'm glad to have you as an ally. I'm glad to have you on my side, and you have some characteristics that I think I would do better to learn from, right? This ends up costing people a lot in their relationships and in their lives, you know. And I'm saying this from the perspective of an older person, a person with season and wisdom, the maturity of years and maturity of time. And I know what I'm talking about. I mean, just understand, I know what I'm talking about. Because I've seen many people's lifespans pass, and they've passed rather fruitlessly because they spent their time looking to one-up someone that they would have benefited much greater from had they simply cooperated with them, or looking for the bigger and better deal when, it would have been much easier to simply accept the situation that they had in front of them and make the most of that with honor and with integrity. And I have no other term for that but douchebaggery, right? Why would someone want to be a douchebag? Why would someone want to behave as a douchebag? Why would someone want to let so many years of their lives pass without living to their fullest potential because they had some petty thing to prove to the world or to someone in particular? To express some type of negative emotion that really doesn't benefit anyone. It only hurts. So that's something to think about. And, my sensitivity to the douchebaggery is causing me to do some introspection, because I have to wonder, well, if I'm sensitive to it and it's happening frequently, then what is it about me that's drawing douchebaggery into my life? What is it about me that's attracting either douchebag people or douchebag behavior? And, you have to answer that question honestly. I don't have a mercenary attitude toward my relationships in life. So I don't see people as objects to be exploited or to be used. I am a rational objectivist in the true sense of the word. And I try to encourage my children to embrace rational objectivism in their lives, not only for their own empowerment, but so that they may attain inner peace as well. But the douchebaggery is real, and the douchebaggery is rampant, and it's really hard to find good people. It's hard to find solid people. I don't like saying that. I don't like having to admit that. But this is the truth. It is hard to find solid people who don't have the douchebag mentality, who don't have the mentality of constantly thinking under the surface, how can I get over? How can I win? How can I interpret this person's generosity or kindness or gregariousness as folly or stupidity or naivety? And how can I therefore try to exploit this person? And, they may do it because they feel as though someone is going to screw them over first. But you need to understand that your opinion of the world is a confession of your own character. If you think everyone is trying to get over, and you got to try to get over before they get over on you, if you think everybody's trying to get the drop on you, if you think everybody's trying to steal from you or take from you, and you have to be more ruthless and more underhanded than them because that makes you smarter than them, then what you are confessing to the world is that you are a person who cannot be trusted. And You're confessing your own character. You presume that everyone in the world has the same character as you. And I do that too, except I do it in the opposite direction to a flaw. In other words, I assume that people are basically good, or people are basically of goodwill. And by doing that, I'm often disappointed to find out that they're not. But it would diminish me as a person to become a cynic or a pessimist about human nature, or a nihilist, right? I believe nihilists, moral nihilists, and moral nihilism is the cause for much of the trouble and problems in our world today. A lot of the unnecessary suffering in our world today is caused by a certain percentage of the population that thinks that nothing is sacred, nothing is of any value, nothing is real. Every man's a bastard, every woman's a whore, everybody's a cheat, everyone's trying to get over, everyone's trying to steal from you. That's nihilism, and that's the nihilism that holds communities back. Personally, I think it's the thing that holds the black community back more than anything else. The sense of nihilism, moral nihilism. That's the enemy, okay? Understand that nihilism is the dominant thought pattern that goes through a person's head at the moment of suicide, at the moment that person commits suicide. Okay? Nothing is worth anything, goodbye, cruel world, and all the rest of that. But, we always have chances to put our lives back on the right track. And my personal experience, totally on the opposite side of the spectrum from douchebaggery, and my personal experience, forgiveness, right, has been the key to everything. Now, what makes it hard for people to forgive? It's a lack of faith. You could say a lack of faith in God, but a lot of people think of God and they think of Sky Daddy, right? And I'm not talking about Sky Daddy. I'm talking about faith in the fact that you are an innocent, soaring spirit reveling in a benevolent universe. And the fruits of that universe, the fruits of the benevolence of that universe, are going to continue to manifest themselves in your life in the form of blessings. They're going to continue to do that. Okay? You are going to be bestowed with blessings. You need to understand at the time when those blessings present themselves that you deserve them. That's called self-worth. You need to understand that you are a person deserving of all of the blessings that the benevolent universe is bringing to you, so that you can accept them. So therefore, you don't want to be the vessel that harnesses animosity or resentment or anger. You don't want to be the vessel that harnesses that. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to associate with toxic people. No. If people are toxic and they are a drain, they are a vexation to your spirit, then by all means, let them go. Get them out of your life and extricate them. Put them on block. And don't talk to them. Don't deal with them. Right? But at the same time, it does do no good to harbor any negative feelings or negative emotions toward anyone at any time. So, for your own liberation, to lighten your own load, forgiveness is the key, right? It's forgiveness, okay? And, you can express that forgiveness openly or not. Sometimes, it could do more harm than good to try to express to someone that you forgive them, because if that person has not forgiven themselves for what they have done to you, then they may in fact still hate you, because you are the embodiment and representation of the evil of their hatred, right? So you just got to give them space and let them wallow in their own hatred. And, although that is retributive to observe someone wallowing in their own hatred, I don't recommend that you seek the experience of joy, taking joy in the retribution of observing them wallow in their own hate. Just let them wallow. Just let them wallow and let the energy expel itself. And then hopefully at the end of that, at the end of expelling all of that energy, all of that negative garbage, they come to the point of recognizing the error of their hatred, the error of being a hateful person, and what was actually motivating their negative emotion. Because I tell you for sure it's nothing that you've done or could possibly do. You see? The main thing is creativity. Creativity, right? Which is what is the byproduct of rationality. Okay? Reason, purpose, and self-esteem. Self-esteem meaning self-efficacy as well as self-worth. The virtues of independence, integrity, honesty, justice, productiveness, and pride as being the byproducts of rationality. Hold on 1 second, I shall return. All right. So off to the studios we go. The most important thing to me in the world are my children. My children provide me with purpose. And I've always passionately loved my children. And as I do today, nothing's changed about that. Yeah, I can take something. Now, it's very unfortunate that I've had actors in my life that have acted as menaces toward my my relationship with my children, my bonding with my children. And, it's very tragic because it's the children that end up suffering the most. And the menace have already lived their lives and are therefore simply messing up something for others for no reason whatsoever, just out of malice, just out of being malicious. And that's very tragic. But you have to remain stoic. You have to remain an example of good character to your kids at all times. And inevitably, they will reach a point of maturity to see that this is the way to go, that this is the mark of true emotional intelligence and true spiritual maturity, and this is the way to be. This is the way to go. But in the meantime, time is passing, their youth is passing, and a person who's trying to run interference on your relationship with your children is simply an evil human being. It's simply a worthless and evil human being. Because the time that passes, you can't get back. Time that you are wasting, I don't know, doing hair or doing some stupid, unintellectual endeavor. You could be developing yourself as a person and studying, learning exactly what it is that you want to do by being in different courses in your education. And what's important to you in actually choosing a career for yourself based on your aptitudes and your tastes, what you enjoy and what you desire. And this is this level of self-realization, right? Some people call it individuation, some call it self-actualization. It's individuation as far as going from being a child to being an adult, right? It's self-actualization when you are comparing yourself to other adults. Okay? Beautiful. Now, traffic is not as bad as it was. I'm still very late for my appointment, but traffic is not as bad as it was. Just enjoying the city of angels. My car is running better than ever. I just replaced both axles. Now, as we know, Fox Studios is on Pico Boulevard. So I'm headed to Pico, kind of in a reverse direction, because I'm headed up San Vicente, which goes at an angle. But I'm here already, so it doesn't make sense getting frustrated about it. Pico Boulevard West. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today, right? Which basically is, when you're given an opportunity to, and this goes out to my kids, when you're given an opportunity to self-actualize, to individuate, to discover what it is that you want to do, to actually do something new, to actually expose yourself to something new, to gain an education, to follow your own path in life, right? Regardless to what twisted emotions may have been pumped into your head by some crazed narcissist, right? You should look out for yourself enough and look out for your future enough to take advantage of that opportunity, because these opportunities may not always present themselves. And the alternative, which is what the narcissist is offering you, is nothingness, right? The narcissist is trying to maintain control over others by keeping them in a state of low self-esteem. Self-esteem is self-efficacy and self-worth. Self-efficacy means you have the ability to, you have the capacity to, you are smart enough to, you work hard enough to, you are capable enough, you are competent enough to achieve the best life possible, okay, for yourself. And self-worth, which is the other component of self-esteem, self-worth means that you understand that you deserve the best that life has to offer, okay? And if you maintain those two things inside of your heart, no one can control you. No one can take over you. No one can control you. No one can dominate you and tell you what to do. You see, no one can puppet you. But if someone does something and you're not strong enough to resist and forces you into a situation where you don't love yourself anymore, where you lose self-esteem, then they can control you, because then you feel like a worthless individual who has to follow the commands of someone else in order to have any value. And that's a very sad state. That's a very sad situation. So I hope you don't fall prey to that. I hope you have a chance to discover the philosophy of rational objectivism. I hope you have a chance to do some reading, get the cobwebs out of your brain. I hope you have a chance to get off your ass and pursue a legitimate, recognizable education, because a legitimate, recognizable education is the only way that you can discover freedom. And while you're in pursuit of that education, I hope a few of those classes happen to be in human psychology, so that you can understand more about yourself and about others, especially about the others that have malaffected you so much in your personal development and personal maturity thus far in your life. That is my prayer. That is my prayer for you. Now, if I could take you by the hand and show you this myself manually, I would. Trust me. Trust me, I would. Okay? If I could, I would. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the way destiny has made things turn out. So I continue to do the best with what I have in front of me and offer you the best in every way that I can, in the hopes that you would not be clouded by evil people. Okay? That you would not be poisoned and clouded by evil people to the point that you do not live up to your own potential. This is my prayer. Trust me, this is my prayer. Not very far from the studios right now. Just heading down Pico. I got my umbrella, as you can see, in the back of the car here. Cruising through Beverlywood, another one of my old neighborhoods here in Los Angeles. Pico traffic usually gets a little congested right around here. I'm nearing an intersection that I used to live at years ago. I spent many years here in Los Angeles, especially here on the west side. Traffic in Beverly Hills is usually pretty bad. The old neighborhood. Pico and Robertson. And now we are passing through, we're nearing Century City. Everyone should have an attorney in Century City. At least one. Beverly Drive. It's getting a little cloudy. Black rain clouds too. Nice, very nice. Looks like it's going to be coming down today. Beautiful. It's going to be a very beautiful rainy afternoon in Los Angeles today. Alright, here we are. Now, if I recall correctly, I believe it is this, not this first gate, but is the second gate that I must go into for the health center. All right, let's see. Business card and ID. This is Fox Studios. Maybe I can turn the camera around and show you. There you go. You can see up there. Family Guy. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
I'm here to work at the health center, at the health clinic.
I need your ID.
Okay. They left a name for me. They left my name.
Okay.
There you go. You got it.
Park here in Pico West.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You know where to go?
Yeah, right there, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, I remember where the health center is. Every studio, every television studio, every movie studio has a health center. You know, because you never know. Somebody might get shot by a stupid actor. But I take care of Fox, and I'm trying to get all of the studios. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, hopefully I can rub elbows with the right people. I am Hollywood connected after all, but not in the healthcare technology management realm. And get in and do the biomedical equipment maintenance for all of the studios. I'm all the way to the roof, just about. Just about. Not going to the roof. Right here. Jeez, Willikers. I really hope there's an elevator. Because if not, I gotta haul these tools down the stairs. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I guess I'm gonna leave this on my vehicle, my vehicle pass for Universal Studios. I mean Fox Studios, I'm sorry. I want everyone to stay kind, because you know kind is not only the new sexy, kind is the only damn sexy. I want everyone to stay blessed, stay blessed, and I want everyone to stay healthy. And I am headed to work. Thank you for joining me on this trip. Peace.